Assalamualaikum student. How are you? Hope fine. I'm Tanjira Afrin, lecturer, Finance and Banking Department, Milestone College. Today my topic is Chapter 4, Risks and Uncertainty of class 9 and 10. Last class I taught you about the measure of risk. How can we measure risk? Already we finished all kind of theories. How many types of risk and the risk-free rate of return. Now my topic is how to measure the risk. To measure the risk, you already know standard deviation is helping us to know it or to find out the risk. It is a statistical method to find out or to measure the risk. That's called standard deviation. So what is the standard deviation? Standard deviation is a statistical method to find out or to measure the risk. Okay, then in your textbook there is an example of math. At first I have to learn the textbook's math, then others. There we can see the example. This is in your book and I already made a question through it. Look at here, math example. Invest for next 5 years from 2007 to 2011. Rate of returns of next 5 years are 20%, 5%, minus 5%, 15% and 30%. Find out the risk of this project. This total projects we have to find out the risk, and to the help of standard deviation we can calculate the risk. To find out the risk, I have to find out at first the average rate of return. So how can we find out the average rate of return? We can show it here. At first we have to make a box first with 4 columns. There is a box with 4 columns, 1, 2, 3 and 4. First one is year. We get it from question. There is 5 years and it's from 2007 to 2011. So we can write here 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010 and last 2011. And this is the rate of return. Rate of return have to write second column. Rate of return. How can we get the rate of returns? Sorry, the space is so minimum. There is the rate of return here. All these are the rate of return. The first one is 20%. We can write this the percentage here, so I don't have to write again and again. 20%. 2008 5%, although all these are respectively. So 2009 minus 5%, 2010 15% and last 30%. All these are the rate of return. This math is from your book. You can take the help from there. First math, so we have to understand this math properly, then other. Fourth column is deviation. Deviation from the average. How can we get the deviation from the average? Then rate of return minus average rate of return. How can we get the average rate of return? By here, the average rate of return. We have to add all the rate of return, then divide it by the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The total is 25 minus 5, 15 and 30 is 65%, and have to divide it by 5. So the average rate of return is 13%. So the average rate of return is here 13%. So we have to write it here. 20 minus 13, 5 minus 13, minus 5 minus 13. This is the process, the deviation from the average. So deviation from the average. Average is 13 here. 15 minus 13, and last one 30 minus 13. And the result is here 7. Then 8 minus 5 minus 13 is 18. Actually minus 18, but when it is multiplied it will be plus. Minus minus we know plus. So minus 18. Then 15 minus 13, 2, and 30 minus 13 is 17. This row's name is square of deviation. Can you see here? The square of deviation. How can we square the deviation? Multiply here 7, 8 multiply 8, minus 18 multiply minus 18. Then also 2 multiply 2, all these are square here. 17 multiply 17. The result is 49. 7 7 ja, 8 8 ja 64. Minus 18 ja equals to 324. 2 2 ja only 4. And 17 are 289. All these are the square of deviations. All these are the deviations. All these are the deviation, and multiply by the same number, we can make it the square of deviations. All these are. Now here the total of square of deviation, total of square deviation is all addition of all these digits 730. Have to through the calculator we can find out the summation of 49, 64, 324, 4 and 289. The altogether 730. This is the total of square of deviation. This is a part of a math. There is no place to show here, so I have to remove from here. And the last portion is here, the last portion. The total of square of deviation 730, and I have to find out the average square of deviation. How can I find out? 730 divided by n minus 1 is the formula. N here, n equals to number of year, and the number of year is 730, and n 5 we know, and formula minus 1. It means 730 divided by 4. What is the result of 730 divided by 4? To the calculate we can find out it's 1 182. Already I know it's the result of percentage. And last I have to, we derived it from here, root over 182%. 0.5 is also here. The root over answer is, through calculator we can find out the answer. Root over 182.5 is 13.5%. This is the risk. It means result of this math. The risk of this project is 13.5%. Through the standard deviations formula, we can find out this result, and this is the risk. When the result, the standard deviations result is high, the risk is also high, and then when the result of standard deviation is low, the risk is also low. And already we know that the risk is high, the return is high, and the risk is low, return is low. It's a very important part to invest. When an investor wants to invest in any project, maybe big project, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, must he have to find out the risk. He have to measure the risk. There are different types of risk. Already we know business risk, financial risk, then liquidity risk, then others, interest rate risk, and we have to already also find out the risk-free return, which one is the risk-free return. For today, all these are all the about. You have a homework also in your book. Look at here. This is all your math, books math, and how to find out. I already told you. In your book, there is a practice. There is a math for practice. This is activity. The rate of return for an investor in last 10 years are 10%, 20%, minus 5%, 15%, 35%, 10%, 25%, 30%, 12%, and 0% respectively. It means you have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in years column, and the rate of return, and rate of returns are here 10, and the others you have to take help with book and in my video, and then you have to find out the risk, how many find out the risk through the risk or standard deviation. This is your homework for next class.